What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up to everybody in the chat? It's Friday, December 12th, 2025, year of our Lord. We got another 250 plus shows in the books. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time. What up to all of my friends? I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the GOATs. Shout out to y'all. Just trying to stay out the mix, man. I ain't gonna lie. Trying to stay out the mix. AD keeps the YouTube streets talking. That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. What's the word, y'all? What's on y'all mind? How y'all feel? Keisha said happy Friday. What else? Salute to the king of the bag chasers. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Tropical Empress and Spirit says happy Friday, handsome Anton. How are you? Conflicted. I ain't gonna lie, I'm conflicted. Conflicted like a mug. Real talk. I am conflicted. I got into somebody came into the studio on Tuesday. And you know how people are. They'll throw a space heater on no matter what the heat is on. They throw the space heater on. And they threw a fuse. And so I called the maintenance guy to unlock the fuse box so that, get things back working. So I leave because I ain't got time to wait for the maintenance guy to come here. And then I've been gone for the last couple of days because I just been working from home. So I came into the studio today. None of this stuff was on. Like, couldn't even get on my computer and none of that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I had to call the maintenance guy again to unlock the fuse box permanently just in case I ever have to deal with that type of stuff again. But we here, right? That's not the thing that I'm confused about or conflicted about. Appointment was cool yesterday. Took like 4 seconds. Everybody keep telling me, Anton, you don't have to go through that type of evasive procedure. I'm just glad that I'm done with it. I'm just glad that I have got the whole prostate exam done, and so it is what it is. But then I was thinking, right? Because I was thinking about what up to Ruel Rodriguez. I appreciate you. But then I was thinking about all of the things that we've been able to accomplish this year. 250 plus live streams with no misses outside of the makeup shows, but no misses this year on this channel. We passed 400,000 subscribers, and
Passed over 1 million subscribers on the Anton Daniels channel. Today, we'll probably cross over 100,000 subscribers on After Hours. And then this weekend, I gear back up, and then we're going to get back to vlogging again, right? So we got all of these things in the works, and we have all of these promotional things, and we got all of these marketing things that we implementing, and all of this investment that we making going into 2026, because we're not slowing down. The only thing that we're doing is keeping our foot on the pedal, and everything that we capitalized off of, we're going to continue to grind. And I was watching several different content creators, because I keep a list, right? I keep a list on my iPad of several different content creators that I'm paying attention to, because either they're inspiring me or I'm using them as a benchmark to compare and contrast, so that I can continue to keep my inspiration and grind and hustle. And so you keep people as a benchmark and you chase them down. You keep people as a benchmark and you chase them down, right? And I was observing different content creators. And so I went and I looked at different people, and I seen the type of stuff that they was putting up. And over the last 2 weeks, I've been watching different people's lives and all of that type of stuff all over the internet, all different types of content. And I will tell you that probably 80% have fell off. 80%. And I'm not even talking about just big content creators. I'm talking about, like, you know, people all across the board, people that had some momentum, that I thought that they was doing something that was transformational, and they just fell off. Some people that was on their way and they just fell off, you know, and it's just like they fell off a cliff. And I don't know if they've lost their motivation. I don't know what that is. And then you combine that with the things that I've been observing with the Michigan football coach who fumbled, right? And he fumbled, and he worked his whole life, won a national championship under Jim Harbaugh, got a $30 million contract, was pretty much set for life. And the only thing that people are talking about, and most people don't even know who he was, had one of the greatest jobs in college football. Most people had no clue who he was until he fumbled the bag, right? And so I was thinking about that while I was sitting waiting for the maintenance guy to come in and get everything turned on. That's why I pushed the show back a half hour, because I'm sitting there waiting for the power to come back on. And so I'm chilling. And so I was thinking about that, right? And I'm thinking about the content creators, and I'm thinking about the progress that we made this year and the leaps and the bounds that we continue to make every year. And profits is up probably 85% this year from last year. You know, I always like to share with y'all what I made and stuff, so I'll do that on the Patreon. And I'm thinking about all of these different things that's going on, right? And it's just all kind of sinking in, because I'm thinking about my future plans. And I was talking to my daughter this morning, and so she's like, "Dad, you got to take care of this. You got to take care of this. You got to take care of this. Did you not file that? Did you not file this yet?" And we was talking about business, and it just kind of like hit me all at the same time, like, it's like I'm putting together what my goals are for next year, but then at the same time I'm analyzing who is worth to keep and who is worth to let go. Does that make sense? Like, if you become, I think you become so generous and you work so much that you don't really pay attention as much to the people that add or don't add value. And it's like you don't want to ever get to the point where you're forced to start to assess the people that add value into your life. You want to kind of be proactive, but you don't even really get reminded. It's almost like God reminds you to do a call, to start to assess everybody and do a kind of like a performance around you of who adds value and who don't add value, what role this person needs to play, or if you need to move them over there, right? And I was just thinking about it, like, who's a liability and who's not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of like that was my thing today. Like who a liability and who not? Because I was thinking about just like the Michigan coach, and I'm just like, and even though his situation is obviously different, he got an employer and he get fired and all of that. I'm just like, this nigga worked his whole life. And it's all gone like that. And one day he's arrested, he's fired, he lose all his money, probably gonna lose his family. Everything is done. And one day. And so it's almost like you got to constantly reassess who the liability, how you got to move. Do you know what I'm saying? Like everything, like paperwork, all of that type of stuff. You just got to pay attention. If we've learned anything this year, whether it was with Diddy, the Michigan coach, Shannon Sharp, all of this type of stuff, is fellas, in general, it's time to tighten up. It's time to tighten up. Time to cut out the games. Time to cut out the hanger-oners. Time to cut out the hoes. Time to cut out everything. And it's time to just go in. I'm just keeping it 100. It's time to just go into that safe space. And I'm not saying that everybody got hoes and all of that type of stuff, because I certainly don't. That's not my plight. That's not my story. But what I am saying is it's time to let go and focus. You got to focus. Time to let go and time to focus 100% on the product. We do. We do. We get really comfortable. We start letting people around us. We start doing stuff that we never did before. We start interacting with people. I'll give you one example for me, right? I never, ever really talk. I never text like that. I am not the texter. I'm not the texter. And I've let people this year, and this might be small to y'all, but it's big to me, because I've let people this year convince me that I need to be more communicative. For some reason that I need to be more. And I'm like, and I started thinking about it. Man, I'm telling you, I went through a whole assessment. I pulled out my iPad and I wrote down every single thing that was going on, right? Every single thing that was going on. Small, large, and I just started assessing it, because when you have a lot of wins, you kind of anticipate somebody trying to stop you or somebody trying to impact you. And I'm like, I can put that phone down. Put that phone down. Listen, less talking on the phone, less texting, less doing none of that. We stand out of the mix. One of the things that allowed for me to become super successful is that I stuck to the code. I'll give you another thing that I started assessing. I started letting people be around me without signing paperwork. I never did that. I never, ever, 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 I don't care who you are and what you're doing, I never allowed for people to be around me without signing paperwork. But I got relaxed. Oh, you know what? Nah, man, we just chilling and all of that. Nope. Because, I'm just chilling. I'm comfortable. You start focusing more on the work and all of this stuff. It's a lot of stuff. I started letting people tell me what to do and stuff. And I started taking more people advice and stuff. And I'm like, nah. No. So I just been more introspective. And when people come around me and they talk and they be like, Anton, why you not talking? I just be watching. I just be paying attention now. Like, when you see dudes lose 30 M's, when you see a Shannon Sharp have to go through what he went through, when you see what just went on with Diddy, not saying that Diddy is right, but Diddy had a lot of snakes around him. Diddy had a lot of snakes. Diddy is crazy. And Diddy did some foul shit. But at the same time, Diddy didn't have nobody in his corner to say, hey, fam, tighten up, big dog. You can't be out here in these streets. You out here crashing out. You looking stupid. They just let him just go ahead and turn into a villain and drive off the cliff. What am I paying you for? What am I paying you for? And then the people that he thought was his people actually was the ones that then threw him under the bus when the opportunity came. Oscar said he brought it on himself. We all bring it on ourselves. What you talking about? We all bring it on ourselves. Please don't act holier than thou right now, because we done all slipped up and did some dumb shit. And the only difference is that we wasn't as visible, or we just didn't caught. We didn't get caught. Every single person has done something that they probably didn't get caught for, whether it be like some legal or illegal shit, or fucking with a hoe, or doing something that you wasn't supposed to do. Please miss me with that shit. Please miss me with, oh, they brought it on himself. Oh, nigga, you forgot that you was every person that I know in life have done some dumb shit that if social media was around at that time, nigga, you would have been locked up, nigga. You would have been fired from your job had it gone viral. So I don't take that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, let's be for real. Now, is he right? No, we're not going to justify bad behavior. But what I'm saying is, you always have to have a come to Jesus moment, and you got to do a reset. Wait, man, what the fuck? Like, you got to be the person, like, you wake up in the morning like, damn, there's too much going on around here. I got to, nah, dog, listen, man. Nah, man, what is that over there? Man, why you bring them hoes up? Nah, bro, we can't be moving like that. So you gotta start reassessing, and you got to start putting stuff in perspective. Because people can't wait for you to fall. They can't wait for you to lose. People can't wait for you to fall. They can't wait for you to lose. Trill said, I know I did some crazy stuff God protected me from. We all have. Bro, I've been on this earth for 43 years. Every last person that I know that had made it to their 40s had some level of grace. Let's just keep it 100. If you make it to 40 as a woman or a man, you've had some level of grace. So this, I'm holier than thou, I've never, and we're going to hold them accountable, and they need to be locked up for the rest of their lives. That whole perspective, man, miss me with that dumb shit. If you make it to 40, you had some grace. Somewhere it was some grace in there. Like, oh, okay, you know what? Antoine said the difference is some people learn from the lessons while others don't. No, the difference is some people get caught and some people don't. And some people stop before they get caught. But it wasn't that you learned your lesson, because you're not doing anything better than you did before. You just stopped doing dumb shit. You never went and reparated for the thing that you did wrong. How many of you niggas went and apologized to the hoes that you did dirty? Stop, man. Miss me with the dumb shit. How many people actually went and made right the thing that you did wrong, or did you just forget about it like, woo? Stop that. Stop it, bro. Stop. The difference is some people got caught and some people didn't. You wasn't better than that nigga. He just got caught. He went down 2nd Street, you went down 1st Street. Police just so happened to be sitting on 2nd Street. It could have went either way. It could have went either way. Police just so happened to be going down that street. You was not faster. You was not better. You was not wiser. He just went down the wrong street. And he deserved to get held accountable for his actions. But it doesn't mean that you're better than him because he got caught. Y'all did the same fucking thing. You had grace. That's it. It rained on the just and the unjust. So now you got to make the adjustment. All right, listen. How much grace I got left, God? Yo, God, I got any more of the grace in that jar over there? All right, well, let me tighten up to get my grace back up. Let me get my grace back up. My grace points. But all I'm saying is, and being introspective can be blessings. And sometimes you're going to have to upset some people. And I know that there's going to be some conversations that I have to have with some people to reset and say, hey, listen, I'm pulling back for a second. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Wait a minute. I'm being distracted from the thing that I need to be focused on because with all of the progress that I made, I have to make more progress. I could have been better than I was, this past year. So while we celebrate and while we champion and while we make, you know what I'm saying, have fun and we did a lot of great things this year, let's not get distracted. Let's focus. Let's reset and let's have some uncomfortable conversations and let's make some moves, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The Grace Bank withdrawal. Facts. You can't keep pulling from the savings. Eventually, you got to replenish it. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, reset, factory. And here's the thing. Here's the blessing. The blessing is to get the factory reset before you're forced to. Because some people have to get forced to do it because society hold them accountable or they kick their ass. You know, again, I look at the Shannon Sharp situation. Shannon now moving a little bit more humble than he used to, right? And I'm not saying that Shannon, I think that Shannon got finesse. I think that Shannon Sharp 100% should not have been taken to the cleaners as a result of it. But I'm not trying to go through what Shannon Sharp went through. Not saying that I would ever go through what Shannon Sharp went through. But you know what I'm saying? Shannon now had to hit the reset. Well, oh, wait a minute. He had to hit the reset button. Like, okay, you know what? He probably had to check who in his circle. He probably had to, you know what I'm saying, try to figure out how to get things back together, all of that stuff. You know, you gotta step back. And it's not about being humbled, right? It's not about being humbled. It's more or less about reprioritizing what we came here to do in the first place. We didn't come over here to you watch Anton, I'm in your top 0.1%. I appreciate you, Favor. I've watched 1,361 of your videos this year. Let me give you, man, you know how much I appreciate you for that? You know how much I appreciate you for that? I really do appreciate you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, what do we come here to do? We came to add value, entertain, run this bag up, and then give the game on how other people can do the same thing. We didn't come here for all of this other bullshit. We came here to chop down a bag, give people value, and run it up. All of this other stuff is distractions. We need to pull back on the partying for a second and run the bag up. Run the bag up. All of this other stuff is a distraction for now. Refocus. What are we here to do? Get our channel numbers up, run the bag up, and we'll figure out how to party later. I say do it like Quincy Jones did it. That's generally my inspiration for how he ran the game. He got in and got the fuck out. Quincy Jones. Give me a second. I gotta fix this shit.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm on a live stream. I'm sorry. What's going on?
I don't know. For some reason, the card is not working.
Where?
I don't want to say because Leslie might be watching.
I got a fraud alert last night. So I had to agree to the, you know what I'm saying? So you might want to just do it again because once you get past a certain purchase, you know what I'm saying, you got to agree to it. So I could check my email again and see if the fraud alert is still on there.
Which card was it? Because I tried both of them. So which one did you get the alert for?
I got them for both of them, I think. Let me double check. Give me a second. What are y'all doing shopping early in the morning in the middle of the night? What the fuck is going on?
Because my sales associate had sent the link for me to pay for it online yesterday, but I was out and I forgot, and then I couldn't sleep last night until I did it last night.
I woke up this morning like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could try it again. Try it with the Sapphire, and then you should be fine because I just agreed to it. So.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Gotta put that alert on there, man. What the hell is happening right now? I'm sitting up in there in the middle of the night. I'm sitting up in there in the middle of the night. I get one of these. I'm like, what's going on? And check out what time. Look, check out what time it is. Check out what time it is. In the middle of the night, 6 in the morning. I said, why am I getting fraud alerts? Take your ass to sleep. What are you doing? Why is a sales associate sending a link over at fucking 6 in the morning? Don't y'all sleep? Women, honestly, I'm genuinely curious, bro. Honestly, I'm genuinely curious. Do y'all sleep? Y'all don't sleep? What are y'all doing shopping at 6 in the morning? My sales associate sent me a link. What are you doing with a... See, reset time. Reset time. Reset time, bro. Reset. Everything's stopping. I'm getting new cards going into the new year. Let me tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to get new cards going into the new year. I'm getting everything different. Everything different. I'm not going to continue to have this conversation with people. The sales associate hit me at 6 in the morning. What the fuck is you talking about? And then my daughter gonna call me this morning getting a bad attitude. I said, what you doing up shopping? She gonna do one of them to me. The fuck is a huh? Dad, I gotta go. What? I said, all right, you know what? I said, you know what? You know what? You know what? I can't, bruh. Listen, reset time. Reset time. Reset time. Oh. So something wrong with you? Something wrong with your breathing? We need to make you a doctor's appointment? Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications. Let's get started with the show. I'm shout out to the people. Let me give a shout out to the people that support the platform. And we're going to get started with the show. Shout out to Artifacts. I appreciate you, Artifacts, for holding me down. Thank you, Artifacts. Absolutely appreciate it. Mike That Dude. I appreciate you, Mike That Dude. Thank you, Mike That Dude, for continuing to hold me down. Raul Rodriguez says, good morning. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. The Lens with Damian Taylor says, keep going, Anton. Your content has changed my life. Of course I'm going to keep going. I got some big things planned. My dog Showcase Classic says, good morning. AD in the chat. Didn't want to disturb you when I saw you on Tuesday because you was in a zone. Oh my God. I ran up such a bag on Tuesday. Showcase Classics. I ran up such a bag on Tuesday. I'm sure your associates told you when they got that $1,000 tip, right? Shout out to my dog Showcase. Wendell Kilgore says, good morning, AD. Heavy on staying out the way. God bless. See, even that, I'm staying out the way. I'm done. I've been on such a fucking run. I made $17,000 on a bet, on a sports bet. Hit parlays, hit everything in the parlay. And then I took an extra $62,000 at the craps table. I'm done. Listen, you're not getting it back. I'm not giving it back. I'm not giving a dime back. I'm taking all of that money and I'm going to just keep it. I gave the 17 away. I'm going to keep the 62 for myself. You can't have a run like that. I had such a crazy run. Held the dice for 27 minutes. No, I'm good. I'm cool. And letting go, would you include family and friends? When I say letting go, I'm not saying like not talking to people. I'm saying like I gotta focus. I can't be dealing with nothing that got nothing to go on except for the business right now. I gotta focus 100% on the business. Stumbled upon you a few weeks ago, breath of fresh air. Meet me in person. I'm a good person to be around, bro. I'm a good person, a good friend to have. Let me see. Stand out to God bless and let go. The King says, love your show, brother. Keep pushing your message. Salute. AD says, TS Car Wash. I appreciate you. Natalia does stand up, says, thank you, AD, for being a voice of reason. Love. Spaceable. I like that. I kind of like that. I don't know what that means, but I like it. Thoughts on them releasing Kilmar from ICE. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not familiar with it. Abe the Hunter says, men truly get that Caesar effect treatment. TS says, you saw that game, said what you were saying about him saying he was the best rapper in LA on the interview with Shannon. I did. I still think he's the best rapper in LA. On the West Coast, Carrington Love Jr. says, Shannon Sharp failed to ask Lil Wayne how to deal with these women before he started dealing with them. You got to ask the pimps how to deal with the O's and the boys. Stick your nose out there. Facts. The Lens with Damian Taylor says shopping at 6 a.m. is crazy work. I said the same thing. Georgia Boy, and then Georgia Boy says, hey, that unexpected Teach Hanley commercial last night was hilarious. Shout out to Kerry. Core Alpha, shout out to Z Core Alpha says, from the river to the sea, Venezuela will be free. All right, I hear you, big dog. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. All right, let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the show. Let's see something. It's so much to cover. I might even have to do a show tomorrow, an extra show tomorrow. I might have to do an extra show tomorrow or something because it's so much to cover. Let's start with this.
Don't ignore the fact that we are different. We celebrate it. The original plan was to have the Somali flag flying under the US flag for 1 week as part of a celebration and solidarity with our Somali community. The fact that our president feels so comfortable using dehumanizing language against people, especially people who already are vulnerable to attacks and racism, it was very saddening to me, sadly not surprising.
We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
It took us by surprise on Monday, several days later, when all of a sudden our phones began to blow up. Our emails began to get some really violent threats and racist messages, extremely racist messages. And we realized it was a concerted effort by social media influencers and pages and websites posting our phone numbers and our information and asking people to basically harass us.
When people tell you can't be yourself in the place you live, in the place that you're from, or at least grew up in, it's heartbreaking. One student said, "Mr. Mukhtar, what's going on? And am I safe? Is my family safe? I know I was born here, but is my mom safe?" And that really broke my heart because, when you come to school, you shouldn't be worried about. The president is your president. We should be looking up to the president,
Listen, we don't need no lessons from people on the president becoming the president. We don't need no lessons. So what you've basically seen is, and this kind of went viral on social media, the Somali community in multiple different schools actually sat there and they lowered, according to what was being shown, they lowered the American flag and they actually raised the Somali flag. The first thing that I have a problem with is the fact that we sitting here having a conversation about Somalis having flags inside of the United States of America. Only flag that should be flown here is the flag from the state. So a lot of states have their own flags. And then, like California has its own flag, Chicago has its own flag, and then the United States of America flag. There should be no other flags outside of the state flag and the American flag. How can people come over here and bring their flags and get away with it? That's the part that I don't understand. I'm very confused on how we let that happen. Why is there any other flag outside of the state flag and the American flag over here in the United States of America? So there was also, it's so disrespectful. It's just so disrespectful. There's also protests that was happening out there in Minneapolis.
Get off the street! Get off the street!
You have sprayed
On the eye, yeah.
Are you okay?
No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
What happened?
They put the spray in his eye.
Oh.
See how disrespectful those people are? Do you see how disrespectful those people are? They come over here, they slap, they blow the horns, they get in the middle of the street, Listen, this is a different type of group of people. They not afraid. They not afraid. They hitting the cars, they bumping into it like you running into a person on the street. They out there with their whistles. They opposing ICE. That same person right there, the one that's right by the Durango, they've been getting pepper sprayed with bear spray the whole time, and they still ain't walked away. And of course, you're going to get joined in by the white apologists. If you ever want to make sure that you get an effective protest against the United States of America, all you got to do is recruit a white apologist, and you're going to be in there, baby, in there like swimwear. So usually they'll have red hair, green hair, something like that. So, you know, they're definitely going to come over here and do some of the wildest things. But the point is these people feel as though they can come up there and go against the police, go against ICE, go against Homeland Security, go against everything. White guilt is a real thing. White people, white apologists, y'all something else, bro. Your mask fell down. Your mask fell down. I'm going to get you on video, buddy. Yes, it did. Yes. We're going to find out where you live. We're going to find out everything about your family. We're going to get you. Your mask fell down. Your mask fell down. Your mask fell down. White people are a different breed of people. Honestly, white apologists are a different breed. Gotcha, buddy. Gotcha. We're going to upload it to TikTok immediately. Find this guy. Find out where he lives. Oh, man. Yes, they do. They be on it. They be on it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, next you're gonna get that done for here to the solution over there. Now it's we're gonna get What time? It's 10 o'clock. All right. Right? Let's go on.
Don't run. He lost his shoe. He literally just lost his shoe. He fell. He lost his shoe. And Minneapolis snow is different. It's like a hard, soft snow. That's a woman. No wonder. That's what's wrong. We had a woman chasing a Somali. The Somali lost their shoe. The woman fell in the snow on the side of the car. Look. Fell under the car, got caught in the bushes. Now we got one on the loose. See what I'm saying? If you need something to get done, you got to have a man do it. Did you see how that played out? Let me show you. Let me get a zoom up on this shit right here. Look at this. Good old ice woman. Fell right on under the car. Couldn't even catch him. Got caught in the bushes in Minneapolis snow And now you let one get away. There we go. See what you did? You know she gonna hear about that, right? You know she gonna hear about that, right? That wasn't a his, that was a her. Look, that's a woman. Watch her get up. The guys is over there getting the illegal, making sure that they get it deported because we got so much fraud going over there in Minneapolis. She's still trying to get herself up from under the car. Watch, it's gonna be a woman.
Don't move. Don't move. And you have a second. Right, don't move.
Where is she? See what we got to deal with? Come on, ladies, just stay out of the field. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. That's a woman, bro. You said it's the snow AD. You don't know how to run a hard soft snow in Minneapolis? It's a skill set that you got to have. Minneapolis snow is different. It's hard soft snow. All right. Make sure you hit a like. Let's rock out. Twisted 10 says, thoughts on investing in gold, especially silver. I don't invest in gold and all of that. I don't. It's a different type of asset. The King says, I followed your advice and invested whatever the stock market dropped early this year, and it's going great. It's so funny seeing people complain about Trump when they could have been running up a bag and taking advantage. Shout out to the King. Will says, deport the white apologists right along with them. Ain't nowhere we can deport them. We need to send them to what? Alabama? The Ozarks? Eric Williams says, a lot of Somalians are in those tall project buildings over St. Paul right off of I-94. I've seen them before in real life. Abe the Hunter says, I took all of the comments. I look at all of you, the comments, and wonder if you think there is a segregation and division in heaven. Get your hearts right. Stop hiring women to do men's jobs. We are not the same. Fell under the car, slipped and fell, couldn't get up, was still under there, let somebody get away. Anyways, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. What we got coming on today? 7-Eleven. I heard the 7-Eleven got looted. Let's find out what's going on over there. California, before we get into the real stuff.
And this time in downtown LA.
Dozens of teens this weekend overwhelming and robbing a 7-Eleven in broad daylight. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf, he's live there in downtown outside LAPD with the latest on this case. Matthew?
Well, tonight, police are looking through that video that's pretty wild to watch. In it, you can see dozens of teens swarm a 7-Eleven like hungry bees. New dramatic cell phone video. Los Angeles police are combing through to investigate the latest flash mob robbery.
Oh, stop! Oh my gosh!
Dozens of teens seen Saturday stealing and throwing items out of a 7-Eleven to others outside.
They don't even cover their faces and stuff no more. They don't care. Because they know that they're not going to get in trouble. They don't trip. They know that y'all just going to label them a large gathering. They don't even cover their faces. They don't give a flying F no more. They not trying to get caught. They cool with getting caught. They are slow motion and how they moving. They not tripping even a little bit. They cool. They over there, they putting themselves on social media. They don't feel like anything is going to ever be done against them. And so why should they trip about it? Why should they trip about it? They're not going to get in trouble. What you going to do, throw them in jail? You're not going to throw them in jail. You're just going to let them go. Los Angeles police don't even show up half the time no more. They understaffed anyway. Police don't even come. The police don't even show up in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, listen, for those of y'all that think that y'all gonna go and visit LA to live and die in LA, it's the place to be. Nope, it's not how Pac described it. It's not how Pac described it. It's different than how Pac described it. Los Angeles, for those of you that are looking to visit Los Angeles itself, there are places in California that are awesome, but Los Angeles is a shithole. It's trash. It is trashed, and it's trash. Los Angeles, man, listen, bro. And you know what the worst part about Los Angeles is? It's like it looked pretty and ugly at the same time. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of how Los Angeles looks pretty and ugly at the same time. So if you take Los Angeles, like the whole, how they are, the people, all of that type of stuff, right? And you set it in somewhere else, like if you set it on the East Coast where, you know, it doesn't have the prettiest weather all year round, you would be like, fuck, where are we at? Like, this is the hood, this is the ghetto. But see, the problem is that Los Angeles got palm trees and the weather is still beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And LAX, the Delta Lounge at LAX was been recently revamped over the last year and a half. And so it's one of the most beautiful lounges. And you step outside and it's a trick. Los Angeles is the biggest trick that you can ever think about in your entire life, because you'll be driving down the street with your top down and you're like, God damn, this LA is different. The weather is nice, you know, whatever. But if you pay really close attention, and you start looking at your context clues and you look around you and you start seeing a bunch of Mexicans over here that ain't so savory, you see a little bit more graffiti over there. And then you look, if you get out your car and you park it and you walk down the street, you might get a little bit of doo-doo on your shoe. Los Angeles is the most deceiving place that you can think of. It is one of the most deceiving places. Wherever you go in the United States of America, outside of like a Los Angeles or something, it is what it is. You get what you're observing. It's not deceiving. It's not going to be off, you know, and every place, let me be clear, every place has good and bad in it, right? So like if you go to any major city, usually people are hard on one side and hard on the other. So I'm going to throw Chicago a bone. I never really say anything nice about Chicago because y'all have horrible leadership, but I'm going to throw Chicago a bone. For the most part, if you stick to, you know, the Mag Mile and the Bean and that area, Chicago is a very nice presenting, awesome place. And it is not, you know, it's pretty cool. You got luxury stores. The suburbs is pretty dope. They don't have too many problems. You know, if you go over to and you go to a Bulls game, or you go over to a Chicago Cubs game or something like that, White Sox, you're pretty cool. Like, you're going to have a good experience. If you dip in and out of Chicago for 2 or 3 days and you just stay in the tourist area, you are going to be like, yeah, man, Chicago is the shit. I love Chicago. Look at these high rises. Let's go and visit this. Let's go and visit. So Chicago is nice, you know, but then if you go over to the South Side or you go over to the hood or some shit like that, and you get to really see exactly what's happening behind the scenes, it's going to have good and bad in both, right? You're going to have the good side of Chicago, and then you're going to have the pockets of bad side of Chicago. And that's usually 98% of the time, every single city that you can think of. New York is the same way. Smaller cities, Milwaukee is the same way. If you go over to MKE and you go over to Milwaukee, they got some of the best docks, boats. Downtown is popping, is dope. But if you only look at what the news say, You're gonna be like, oh man, Milwaukee is a piece of shit. Don't go down this street, don't go down that street. But Milwaukee is literally only an hour away from Chicago. It's got good bones, good infrastructure, and there's some pretty cool people, and they got some dope bars. Same thing when you go down to fucking Nashville. If you go to Miami, if you just stay, in downtown, or you go over to Brickell, or you just go to Miami Beach, you're like, oh man, I can't wait. I love Miami. It's the most beautiful women. Go over to Little Haiti if you just stay in Coral Gables, all of that type of space. But go over to Little Haiti. Go over to Overtown. See what happens. So it's got every hood. Same thing in Detroit. Somebody says, say Detroit. Okay, you stay in Sherwood Forest. You stay over on over near Livernois in 7 Mile. Palmer Park, beautiful. Some of the biggest, most awesome homes that you'll ever see is in Sherwood Forest, right? You go over to Boston Edison District, gorgeous, right? Awesome neighborhoods. And that's not even downtown. These are places that's outside of downtown. Beautiful, gorgeous. Some of the most historically preserved, greatest houses, architecturally speaking, you'll ever see in your entire life. You come downtown, it's awesome. It's going to be the same as how they presented it on TV when they did the draft. And everybody's like, oh my God, I didn't know it was like this. You got all 4 stadiums within a quarter mile of each other, being able to walk back and forth to each other. The Detroit district is awesome. Campus Martius is beautiful. Greektown is great. It's being completely revamped right now. It's gorgeous. But if you go to the red zone, you gonna have a problem. Roll your windows up. Don't stop at no stop signs, no stop lights. Just do a cruise and stop and just keep on moving. And so most cities are like that. Los Angeles is one of the only cities that I can think of that is the most deceitful city that you can ever think in your entire life. Think about it like this. Los Angeles is like a chick for the streets that you see in a club under dark lights. And when you wake up with her in the morning, you realize that you probably got herpes, chlamydia, and HIV all at the same time. Because the weather will fool you. It will have you believing that, you know what? I don't want to live nowhere except for Los Angeles. It will fool you. It will absolutely trick you into believing that this is a great thing. But boy, I'm telling you, she might be pretty to look at, but don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. The palm trees are how you fool. Next thing you know, you getting carjacked. You go down the wrong street and you say, you got the wrong hat on, the wrong color. It's over. Los Angeles is the only place I've ever seen in my entire life that has the tourist destination is Skid Row. It is blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks of homeless people everywhere. Everywhere. They have a homeless community in some of the best real estate that you've ever seen in your entire life. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it in my life. Craziest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I said, what is happening over here? Why is it like this? Because when you see it for yourself, it's like, this ain't real. It can't be real. It can't be real. And it's a lot of all of that stuff everywhere. Just a lot of stuff. Yeah, they probably. It's a lot of stuff happening. See if I can find where the interesting parts are. Can't nobody walk through there? Look, dog just on the street. You see this? You see that? This is my own footage. This is my own experience of what was happening in Los Angeles.
Come on, babe.
I couldn't believe it. I said, what is happening out here?
Again.
And then you see a random white man just
Oh,
jogging.
homie over there, he jogging.
And then a random white man just jogging right past a homeless encampment that's right in front of a retail space that can't nobody shop at. I said, what the fuck is happening out here? So you just live with it. I'm kid you not. I was like, it was so much happening around me. I said, so you just put on your running shoes, you put on your Asics, and you just go. And you're just jogging right past it. Everybody on the streets, joggers, regular people, tourists, me, everybody just doing that. I said, what the fuck is happening in Los Angeles? This is a real place, bro. Honestly, I was reporting on this way before it became popular to talk about these liberal cities. I was documenting this shit and trying to figure out what the hell was happening, bro. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Look.
Is that church?
That's nice.
Oh, they having a church service for the people? That's pretty dope.
Look, check it out. Y'all not listening. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all not paying attention. He's spreading out the dominoes in the middle of the church service amongst the homeless people. You're not paying attention. You're not looking.
Oh, they having a church service for the people? That's pretty.
You're not looking, bro. Y'all not paying attention. He's spreading out the dominoes to get ready to play. I can't make this up. You think I be capping? You think I just be making it up as I'm talking about it? I'm telling you what is the craziest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. I couldn't believe it. I said, what is happening? They got a toilet on the middle of the street.
So here's I guess people that's cleaning up.
I didn't know it until I actually seen it myself.
Camera. Ironically enough, you know what's
Oh man, bro.
Oh, you so nice.
I can't tell you no more. But anyway, so when I see certain things happening and I see this 7-Eleven looting video, this don't surprise me. This is normal.
One teen bragging on camera why they feel untouchable.
Like nobody respects, anything or anyone, so they feel like they could get away with anything. Because from what it looks like, they can.
LAPD confirms they rushed to the Beverly Boulevard location Saturday afternoon after the clerk hit the panic alarm. Police say someone wearing a mask pointed a gun at the employee while the rest of the group swarmed in, overwhelming the store and ransacking everything in sight.
It happens everywhere. It looked like a bunch of kids. So I'm not surprised.
They probably don't have the money for food. If you literally go up that block, there's so many homeless people down there. Like, honestly, it's a systemic issue.
2 days later, there's no visible damage outside this store, but over this last year, we've reported on several cases just like this. This 7-Eleven off West Olympic hit twice last year by groups of kids on bikes. Another store in San Pedro also hit during a nearby street takeover.
Small business owners and even large business owners across this county have been on the front lines, essentially trying to fight crime on their own.
Earlier this year, District Attorney Nathan Hochman stood with local 7-Eleven owners touting Prop 36 and stiffer penalties for shoplifters. This latest flash mob robbery video now in the hands of police as neighbors watch in disbelief.
How do we get this to stop?
Well, I don't even know because kids don't listen in general, but
Maybe if parents start teaching their kids to be more respectful.
I'm telling you, bro. Look, man. When you go out to California, pick anywhere but LA. Pick anywhere but Sacramento. Pick anywhere but Oakland. Just go somewhere else. Go somewhere else, bro, because it's a video game. It's a video game out there, bro. You gonna think that you're going out there to do some, LA is Hollywood, man. It's not what you think it is, bro. It's not what you think it is, bro. It's one of the worst places, and it's the most deceitful place that you'll ever see in your entire life. It's everything happening around you, and you would be like struck. Like, I don't know what to look at. I don't know. It's so much happening. It's over there. It's over here. It's over there. It's over here. It's so much happening, bro. So you got to be very careful, very, very careful when you go out to Los Angeles. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. I'm going to tell you the truth. Newport Beach is slapping. I love Newport Beach. Newport Beach is slapping. Slapping. I love Newport Beach. Newport Beach is dreamy. Wesley Turner says nobody hates America more than white liberal women. Shaking my facts. You're not lying, AD. Running in snow is definitely a skill set. Since AR is back. Maybe Patreon content. But can you speak on Google Fi wireless plan? Why is Google getting into the phone data plans? Google Fi has been popping. Google Fi has been into the wireless plans. Well, Apple's and the other do the same. I don't think so. But I'll talk about some of that. Manny Plays PC says, if you made a pro and con list of Los Angeles, only pro would be the weather. Bones during Bible study. Facts. It's crazy. It is the craziest thing ever, bro. Anyways, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications. So you can spend $30 to $40 million in Newport Coast. You sure can. You sure can. You sure can. I looked at some of them homes, and I was like, whoa. I was spending a different type of money out here. I don't know why anybody would buy property in California. Seems like the dumbest move from a business perspective ever. I don't know why anybody will buy property in California. It's nice to stay out there depending on where you go, but never buy property in California. All right, let's see what we got going on. Oh, Miami. Well, hold on. Let me go back to LA real quick because they got this other, well, we'll talk about that later. Oil tankers, Miami. I don't really want to talk about the Miami mayor. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Is that fair? Can we jump around a little bit? There's so much other stuff to talk about. I don't really want to talk about Miami. Let's talk about Trump saying that CNN needs to be sold. I think that that's a better story. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Welcome back. New details in the streaming rights battle for Warner Brothers Discovery. The New York Post is reporting that Paramount Skydance may raise its bid by as much as 10% to beat out Netflix's $72 billion offer. Sources say that Paramount Skydance founders, the father-son duo Larry and David Ellison, quote, are not going to be jerked around. The Post, writing the raised offer, which amounts to nearly $86 billion, would easily cover the $2.8 billion breakup fee, which is worth about $1 a share that Warner Brothers would face if it nixes the Netflix merger. On the legal front, the Ellisons and Redbird, their partner, are arguing not only is their deal superior because they are paying cash for the entire company, but there's little overlap with Paramount Skydance from antitrust standpoint. The Ellisons reportedly planning to wait until December 22nd to raise any bid, the same day that Warner Brothers board is scheduled to formally answer its initial pitch. Todd Pyro, when you look at these two deals, obviously the Paramount deal is richer, and if they raise it again, it's going to be that much richer. And there is serious concern about Netflix, already the dominant player in streaming, getting that much bigger.
And it's not just concern in the United States, Cheryl. I mean, there are European regulation concerns that would have to take it into consideration in this deal as well. And so what you're reading online, at least from the people that seem like they're in the know, is that this was a very creative play by the head of Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, to basically extract as much money to get this escalated bid, even after the original bids were due, between Netflix and Paramount. It remains to be seen whether or not that is the case, or whether or not Warner Brothers really does want the Netflix deal for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't even say we're in the first inning of this game here, Maria. I think we're still at the opening pitch.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, we're watching this. We've been talking about it a lot on this program. Cheryl has reported as well on this, so we'll get back to it. But I want to bring in.
I do also. I think that what's happening right now is Warner Brothers is going back to Netflix, and they saying, "Hey, listen, we got a lot of extra money on the table, like billions more on the table. How bad do you guys want this thing?" And I think that Netflix is also in a space where they like, listen, we're not going to overpay. We'll overpay for it, but we're not going to overpay for this whole thing.
Another voice, entertainment, business, and compliance lawyer, Seth Berensweig, with us right now. Seth, thanks very much for being here. From a legal standpoint, who should win this?
Well, I think there's a way for everyone to win this. I can say as an initial perspective that I do believe this deal is going to go through for Netflix, because there's plenty of streaming competition out there. This will not result in a monopoly or even a duopoly.
Which I already said that.
So I think that at the end of the day, this
actually what people don't even realize, and this is the best kept secret ever. And it's so funny that creators have just after all of this time, right? After all of this time, after what? 15 years of monetization, is that creators have completely shied away from long form content. YouTube is the dominant player in streaming. YouTube is the dominant player in streaming. That is the truth. And they make it open and available. And you know what's so funny? I've been on Patreon since 2020, 2021. It's funny how there's a movement to move to Patreon from all creators, but I've been on that shit since 4 or 5 years ago. I've been on Patreon since 5 years ago, and now everybody is, oh no, support my Patreon. Oh no, support my Patreon. I've been on Patreon for years, and people are now starting to try to transition over to it to try to get their Patreon numbers up. Now that we 20,000 strong on Patreon, everybody want to say, oh man, now we got to start getting the Patreon. But YouTube has been the play. YouTube is the biggest streamer, but I will also tell you that most creators do not like long form content. They do not like trying to create long form content, because now you actually got to put some skin in the game. It's easy as hell to get on TikTok, try to build a following. Oh no, story time. Let me tell you about how my ex fucked me in the ass. Like, women can build that up without nothing. So it's easy to build up a following on a platform as long as you just throw your phone up, then hit upload, and that's the end of it. When you got to work, when you got to create thumbnails, when you have to hold people's interest, when you have to create compelling content, when you have to edit, when you have to chop, it's different. It's different. And so creators are with, but the YouTube, in my opinion, is a separation between the monsters and the suckers. People, let me tell you how lazy people are. It's funny you say that. Magnetar. Let me tell you how lazy people are. People are so lazy in the creator economy that they don't even want to get on camera. People are so lazy in the creator economy. I see people doing live streams with no camera on. They just have an avatar and that's the end of it. And I said, y'all are lazy. But I ain't complaining because, like I said, the real is going to separate from the fake. The real is going to separate the fake. What if they just shy? Then get the fuck off YouTube. Then get off YouTube. How you streaming with no camera on and you got a video platform? The fuck is we talking about? Somebody said they watched, what, 17, 13, 1,400 of my videos this year? I know. You got to watch it because I'm the nigga that's going to give you the excellent content, the excellent stuff for you to actually be able to resonate with. I'm better than your local TV station or news station. They boring. Because you're going to see me making phone calls. That's a part of the show. You're going to see me cuss people out and crash out. That's a part of the show. You're going to see me show the watches. You're going to see me pull up some receipts. You're going to see me go off, crash out. You're going to see me apologize, come back and say, no, fuck you, bitch. Like, you're going to see it. It's a part of the show. You can't help but to see it. You don't know what's going to happen. Crash out, call people up, pull some receipts, make some phone calls, get a phone call. You don't know what's going to happen. Shit is compelling. It's compelling. I might get boxelitis. You don't know. You have no clue. Might see a little hood rat walk back and forth and say, who is that? You don't know. You have no clue. You have no clue. No clue. But YouTube is the real play, in my opinion. That's the real streaming giant.
Is going to win. But one of the interesting creative solutions based on the president's comments yesterday that he wants to see CNN as part of a deal, we already know in terms of how the deal is structured that there's going to be a split off of the cable news units regardless.
Let me tell you something. Summer 2026, you better pray. You better pray. I get off this regimen where I'm working out right now because I'm streaming in Speedos. Yes, I am. I'm streaming to show my imprint. I'm streaming. I'm not going to have nothing on. Sun's out, guns out. Speedo time. That's my final form. That's my final form. Speedo time. Speedo time is... Speedo time is here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Speedo time is coming. I'm going to have Dick all in the camera. Dick time is here. Dick all in the camera. Oh, yeah. Stream with my leg up on the thing. Boom. It's going to be on. Sun's out, guns out, baby. Better pray for me. Better pray for me. Better pray for me. That's my final form. That's my final form. I promise you it's my final form. Yes. Yes. It's going to be so fun. Don't worry about it. We're going to get there. I promise you we don't get
So one of the ways to be able to get to a creative solution that might make everybody reasonably happy is to split those off, give those over to Paramount, and then let the rest of the deal go through. But ultimately, I think consumers will win too, because even though prices might moderately increase, concessions will be forced. That's inevitably what happens in the background in these kinds of deals.
Well, you make it.
I got to get my female audience up. It's no shade to the guys. We got to get the female audience up. So we're going to have to make some adjustments. We're going to market a little bit differently summer 2026.
An important point here on the CNN part of this. Look, President Trump has relationships in all of this. He has a relationship with the Ellisons, obviously. They've been supporters and friends for a long time. And he also knows the CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos. But I'm wondering if at the end of the day...
Don't tune out. Don't tune out. Tune in.
This lands in... whether or not President Trump...
I think that most people is gay anyway, so what difference do it make? Listen, you know what I noticed? We're going to get to the rest of this in a second. This is the Derailment Show. You know what I noticed? Some of the people that have the most loyal audience... Let me stop. We'll get there. Molly said y'all gay anyway, so what difference do it make? Oh man.
Can actually move the needle, and whether or not it's going to be at the end of the day up to him to actually move this forward, and whether it will mean concessions like getting a new buyer, perhaps a conservative buyer for CNN. How important do you think that will be to this deal?
Concessions are not uncommon in these kinds of situations, and that's a way to make the regulators happy. You raise a very interesting point. If the president leans in here, and then the regulators might just go on antitrust light.
He said, why are you gay? Why your daddy gay? Oh, man, that is so funny.
I will be probably involved, maybe involved in the decision. It depends. You have some good companies bidding on it. I think the people that have run CNN for the last long period of time are a disgrace. I think it's imperative that CNN be sold, because you certainly wouldn't want to put people, just leave those people with some money, good money, and CNN. So I wouldn't want to see the same company end up with CNN, the same company with money, because right now they don't have too much money, but they have value, I guess, based on the bids. So they've got value. But I think CNN should be sold.
I mean, look, Seth, you can read into that any way you want. The New York Post called this, quote, a signal that Trump prefers an offer by Paramount Skydance to purchase Warner Brothers last week after the bid from Netflix came in. But when you look at actually what the DOJ is actually going to be focused on, that's what I really want to get to, because streaming is an enormous business. That's where the growth in this media is. And the DOJ is going to examine whether consumers will actually, at the end of the day, face higher prices. Do you have one dominant player, Netflix, Warner Brothers, so dominant that they will be able to raise prices on consumers at a time that President Trump is focused on affordability? He's not going to like that. That's one. Key in this pricing bundling analysis is also whether YouTube, which is the #1 viewership on connected televisions, and traditional pay TV service actually discipline and actually impact whether or not Netflix will be able to raise prices. And then
absolutely, YouTube will impact it, because YouTube is the only platform. It's the only platform that's at the top of the streaming game that you can still watch for free. It's the only platform in the streaming game that you can still watch for free. Real talk. YouTube is killing the game.
Are they going to withhold Warner Brothers content from rival video distributors? These are
what I would like to see is Netflix get into the creator economy. I think that personally that's probably Netflix's next play. I think Netflix's next play is probably to try to come over here and take on YouTube. I wouldn't doubt it even a little bit. YouTube has mastered the creator economy and hosting and sharing videos online. They have mastered the creator economy and hosting and sharing videos online. If Netflix at some point, if I was running Netflix, right, if I was the creative director, or if I was the person that was in charge of innovation at Netflix, I would be trying to figure out how I could become a distributor platform for the creator economy. And that's where I would live in the free economy also. I would create a fuck the sports, right? Sports is so dumb. Them paying for Amazon, I shouldn't even be going into this. I'm not going to get into that. Amazon, I'm going to set part of this aside later because I do plan on doing a stock club. The Amazons of the world and all of that, they are trying to buy their way into the visibility of people that watch content. And so what they're trying to do is they're overpaying. They overpaying for the WNBA. They overpaying for college sports. Not college sports, the NFL. They're overpaying for, they do the Beyonce concert halftime shows and shit like that. They overpay with the NBA championship cup and stuff. And so they spending all of these billions of dollars and they missing the play. And probably because they got Twitch. So Twitch is the thing that they're leaning into from the creator economy. They shouldn't be doing that. Prime, Netflix, all of that, it should be 100%. The next part is that they should be trying to incentivize creators by throwing a bag at creators to see them get into the game of streaming content on their platforms. And that's where the free tier should lie. No, I don't see Amazon getting in it anyway, but I'm just talking in general. They're trying to force views. You can't force views. It has to be organic. People have to want to come over to the platform. That's what made TikTok so attractive. That's what made TikTok so attractive. TikTok threw money at the creators. TikTok didn't throw money into promoting the platform. The creators are the ones that drive the economy. TikTok not throwing no more money at the creators, and that's why all of the creators are mad. That's why all of the creators are mad, because the whole creator rewards program, all of that money done dried up and they ain't giving no more money. And so everybody like, oh man, I need to figure out something. I need to go somewhere. TikTok threw a bunch of money at the creators in order to build their platform, in order to get their valuation. Spotify is trash because they don't have a visual element. In my opinion, anybody that does not have a visual element is trash. And I know people make money from it and stuff like that, but people keep telling me, Anton, you need to put your show on there. You need to put your show on these streaming platforms, on Apple streaming and Spotify and all of that. Yeah. I'll think about it. I don't really give a fuck about none of that stuff. The only thing I care about is YouTube and Patreon. That's the only thing I really care about is YouTube and Patreon. So I even had started posting on X in order to get my numbers up on X, because I'm like, yeah, I need to go ahead and start popping on X. Once I got my number, once I got my follower count, what am I at on X? I think I'm at like 100,000. Once I get above 100,000, I'm chilling. TikTok too. I started posting on TikTok just to see how easy it was. And once I got my numbers over 100,000, I don't give a fuck no more. Seriously, because the only platform that matters to me is the tube. As soon as I got over 100, I'm like, cool, I'm straight. 100 on there. As soon as I got over 100 on TikTok, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm chilling. I'm slow motion. Shout out to the people that make fake accounts only to get them removed. Amen. ASAP. We don't do fake accounts over here. We not these whack-ass streamers that's on Twitch and Kick with all of the bots. We don't do bot streaming over here, all right? So if you create a new account just to subscribe so that you can start talking shit, we're going to make sure that we go ahead and remove you, because we don't have any whatsoever mercy for fake accounts. And that's why we encourage people, not require, but encourage people to get their profile picture up. A lot of them, all of them over there on Kick and Twitch, they botting. It's all botting. It's a lot of fakes. So many fake people. All of the numbers is fake. It's better to be organic and just be real. If you got 100 people watching, that's a lot of people. If you got 200 people watching, that's a whole lot of people. If you can get 500 people watching you at one time, we get so caught up with the numbers, but let's be real. 500 people is a lot of people. I see a couple thousand people that's watching. Man, you know how much that is? That's a lot. Yeah, fake subs and all of that junk. That's a lot of people, bro. Stop getting caught up with that. Just appreciate the people that's already holding you down and acknowledge them. Again, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me see what y'all got going on. Call Me Bibs Bib says, I was just looking at the show last night, got up to the point when Slimmy was talking about the girl's bracelet. Slimmy is priceless. Slimy is priceless. AD is cooking, says TS. Rashonda Blackwell says, so you're saying Speedos, crash outs, cussing outs, financial information, phone calls to the family, friends, and the nuggets of the wisdom on must-see TV? Facts. It is. It is. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, oh, she said Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas to you, too. That's what Spotify is doing with creators. Yeah, I have 100 followers on Patreon. That's really good. It's impressive. Let me see. We are at 20,178 people on Patreon. That's pretty dope. It's dope. Again, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Thank you, William. Just keep doing what you're doing. I learned a lot from you. I appreciate you, William. I do appreciate you. All right, y'all. What we talking about next? What was that about? CNN, flash mob, Somalis, all of that good stuff.
Tonight, a DoorDash delivery gone wrong. Authorities in Evansville, Indiana, watching this disturbing incident caught on Mike Carden's doorbell camera. Watch as a delivery person appears to set down their food, then spray an unknown substance.
My wife went outside to get the bag, and she came inside and set it on the counter. She started eating and started coughing and choking.
The couple ordering delivery from Arby's via DoorDash. This was the order: 2 sandwiches and a side. Carden.
Let me see. 1 potato cake, half pound of roast beef, and 1 chicken bacon sandwich. All right. We definitely on the big back plan on this one. And so I support that. I celebrate that. All right. Shout out to the big back plan.
Says his wife had only taken 1 bite when she realized something was wrong.
There was something red, something sprayed on the bag, like the bag had been tampered with. And that's when I went back and checked the video footage and seen that 100% our food had been tampered with.
The Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office is investigating the incident.
What charges could an individual face should this all hold up?
If it appears as what occurred happened, potential charges could range from battery as a misdemeanor all the way up until food tampering as a level 5 felony.
Carden telling NBC News the doorbell video recording glitched and 4 seconds are missing. The sheriff's office says they see no indication that the video is inauthentic.
We're going to make.
I don't really know what she thought was happening. That camera is clear as day. And if it got lighting on it, good lighting, and look at her. Let me show you. What do you see here? You know what I see? Let's do a little bit of profile FBI investigation work right now. Blue hair. All of this under here. You got all of that extra neck right here. Blue hair. All of this right here. Pants with no belt. So that could mean one of two things. All right. Let's do our profiling work. Pants with no belt could mean one of two things. Or both. Either A, she had been eating in the car, and so she went ahead and took that belt off so that she can let it hang out a little bit more because that belt will have you reconstricted. Or B, just a little bit extra booty meat under there, and so that fupa is fupa. Women like to say, let me tell you what women like to say. They like to say, it may be that time of the month, or I'm just feeling bloated, or, you know, my weight coming down, like the weight is hanging down on me right now. I'm feeling extra big. Women say all kind of wild stuff every single day. Guys, we just take our L's. We just be like, you know what? We got to get in the gym. We got to get in the gym. We don't make no excuses. We don't say, no, you know what? Man, listen, bro. Been focused on the bag, 100% dialed in, you know, and you combine that with the fact that I just kind of been a little bit out of it, depressed. It's cool. Give me a few months. We going to get back on track, and we going to get ourselves together. I take accountability for what it is that I've done, and I made a sacrifice so that I can get to the money. It is what it is. We got to get back focused. You know what I'm saying? Women always hit you with, I'm bloated. That's their favorite one. I'm bloated. I'm tired. I can't understand it. I've been getting a lot of people that's been sending me videos of women that's now online saying that they are mad at the fact that they can't be loved the way that they want to be loved. Seriously, that's been a new thing. I can't believe that guys don't want to talk to me. I'm so upset at the fact that, you know, I got set up on a double date and the guy didn't like me because he said he didn't like my extra chin. It's like, you just got to make the adjustment. You got to go get there, baby girl.
It's the fact that
Y'all think I'm lying.
On all of these like videos about me wanting a man and like wanting to be pursued.
We're going to get back to the video, but y'all know what we do. This is the Millionaire Derailment Show. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. This is what they're saying out here in these streets. I promise you.
On all of these like videos about me wanting a man and like wanting to be pursued and trying to find a husband, I always tend to get comments saying that I need to lose weight, that I need to do XYZ to my body in order to find a man. And the horrible part about that is that I feel like I've worked and worked and worked, and I don't think I'll ever be good enough to their standards. And unfortunately, even though I feel like I am a very confident person and I have worked on my confidence a lot throughout the last few years, I still feel like they're right. And I hate that. I don't want to believe that to be true.
Why not? If you tell a guy, hey, listen, you broke. You're too broke to be dating, and the women that you want and the type of love that you're looking for, because let's be clear, she can find somebody if she wanted to. But let me tell you what the difference is. She don't want the people that want her. There's somebody for everybody in whatever state that you're in. She don't want the people that want her. And so because she wants the same thing that fucking Mika can have, or Molly can have, or Carrie can have, or Lex and all of the rest of the girls, she don't want that. She wants to be loved in all of her greatness. And so it's the same thing as if they hold guys accountable. That's the part that they forget about Kevin Samuels. That's the part that they get away from Fresh and Fit. They say all the time, hey, listen, if you can't take care of your girl, and they always like to say it's misogynistic, but they hold guys accountable too. Hey, if you can't pay all of the bills, if you can't take care of your girl, if you're not getting to the point to where you're truly trying to become the best version of yourself so that you'll be able to afford the lifestyle and then you can then attract what it is that you want, then that's what it is. So if you tell a guy, hey man, and I say it all the time, I say, nigga, you broke. And you know what the guys do? Oh man, and why you saying it? I don't like the fact that you just said that. Nigga, it's cool. Listen, I got join the Patreon. Make sure you tap in. Let's go and get this money. I'm gonna show you how to work your ass off. Go get you a second job. Minimize the amount of money that you're spending on shit that don't matter, and let's run it up. And then we can fix everything else. But your money gotta be right. Under no circumstances. I just was talking shit about the dudes that was standing outside of this Chicago apartment building. I said it should be no grown man that's sitting here homeless. No grown man should be sitting there homeless. You should not be ever asking for box if you don't have no place to go get box at. If you got to take her to your mama's house to go get box, you don't need no box, bro. No box for you. No, and it's just the truth. It just is what it is. Guys are largely judged, and it's not the only thing that matters, right? Her being skinny is not the only thing that matters. Other things matter too, but that matters the most when it comes to her meeting a person that she wants to have. And it's the same thing for guys, right? All of us have preferences, but all of us should have other people that they're dealing with that have preferences. So you'll see these people sit there and whine and complain and say, I've worked on my confidence. The fuck does that mean? The body positivity movement tricked all of us.
And I know there are plenty of people who look like me who are in loving relationships. But every once in a while, I think, what if they are right? And yeah, sure, I guess my prospects would be higher if I looked like a stereotypical
facts, Mr. Lot.
Pretty girl, thin, dainty, what have you. But I don't want to believe them.
Cool, then don't believe them. You can be out here door dashing and spraying stuff in people's foods and doing shit like this. Now, let's get back to the video at hand. Number one, why would somebody do this? Let's try to make sense of it. Why would somebody do this? Why would somebody spray somebody else's food? This is why I don't trust nobody, bro. I don't trust no fucking body, man. You just never know. You never know. Some angry, and here's the other part about it. No, it's not the same person. It's a completely different person. Y'all wild. It's the other part about it. How many other people did she do this to? The better question is, how many other people did she probably do this shit to? How many other people did she spray their food? Y'all said there's likely a man, maybe. Him, her, either way, they're human. How many other people did they do this to? Y'all saying that they, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Oh, I didn't catch it. I did not catch it, but y'all did. I didn't catch it, but y'all did. That makes sense. Okay, now it makes sense. Because I was trying to, every time I try to figure out the why, what's the why? What's the why? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? So if they don't feel like, if they didn't get a tip, then they spray the food. That makes sense, and it's evil as fuck. Shout out to J Ben. Shout out to everybody in the chat that said that. Man, that makes sense. Okay, so what this person is doing, we're just gonna say it's a chick because we're gonna assume it's a chick, right? What this chick is doing is if she don't feel like she got the tip, then she sprayed the food with whatever it is that she sprayed the food with. Ah, all right. That makes sense.
The sheriff's office says they see no indication that the video is inauthentic.
We're going to make sure that we correctly identify the person and give them a chance to explain themselves.
DoorDash telling NBC News in part, the Dashers' access to the platform has been permanently removed, and our team is standing by to support law enforcement with any investigation. Now Cardin, still shaken, trying to make sense of an act he says must have been malicious.
We're obviously pretty sure it was pepper spray, but this could have been fentanyl. It could have been rat poison. It could have been hornet spray for all we know. Who knows what it could have been.
Are you ever going to order from any other food third-party service again?
I very seriously doubt it. We already turned our DoorDash subscription off. I know that my family will be more safe if I just go pick up my food myself.
George joins us now from Miami. George, is the couple still sick?
Yeah, Tom, so they're still feeling a little bit under the weather. Now, they say that they were already sick when this all happened. This obviously made it a whole lot worse. Actually going to the doctor just to make sure they end up with a clean bill of health.
Yeah, no, I hear.
Let me tell you, they're not sick. They just trying to make sure that they get that money from DoorDash in a lawsuit. They not sick. They just making sure that they get that money from DoorDash with that lawsuit. This is not DoorDash's fault. This don't have nothing to do with DoorDash. That's like blaming McDonald's for a bad worker coming in and talking shit and giving them a bad. This don't have nothing to do with DoorDash at all. But this is also one of the reasons why I make sure that I tip and that I tip good. I know that I'm not going to sit here and argue back and forth with y'all and go back and forth with y'all about whether you should tip or not. We done already had that conversation 1,000 times. But what I am going to say is I like to tip because I don't ever want to get myself in a situation where I influence somebody to do something that they otherwise wasn't supposed to be doing in the first place. So that's messed up. That is bad. That's messed up. And she needs to be arrested. And they shouldn't just go to her and say, hey, why did you do this? They need to throw her in jail and force her to explain herself. All right. Anton, you heard about the lady who won $1 million lottery in Canada and chose to receive $1,000 a week rather than the full payout. I wonder what the chat think. They won $1 million? Give me my M, nigga. I want no fucking $1,000 a week. I want all of my M. Even if I spend it all and blow it all on hookers and in the strip club and at the casino the same night, I want my whole M right then and there. I want the whole M. Fuck this long-term payout shit. I know that used to be a thing. Long-term payouts, it's going to pay you longer term. Give me my money. The fuck is you talking about? Whatever the lump sum is, that's what I'm taking. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I might not even be here in 3 weeks. Nigga, I'm taking it now. I want all my money right now. Give me the whole thing. You'll make an extra 30 minutes. No, nigga, give me all my money. Give it all right now. I don't want no discrepancies. I want to keep going back and forth with you. I don't want to sit here and talk. We're not going to negotiate. Give me all my money. But we'll pay you this for life. Didn't National Publishers Clearinghouse or one of them things went bankrupt and they started to have to stop the payments of everybody? Give me my money. You're going to lose money, but what happens in 30 years? I had a good fucking time. That's what happened. I balled out. 30 years? Yeah, I'm balling right now. What are you talking about? Give me my money. Talking about no 30 years. 30 years? You know what can happen in 30 years? Give me my money. Give it to me right now. Give me no $1,000. You said $1,000 a week? Nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro. Give me my money, bro. All they doing is making money. If I want to invest it and make money off the principal and live off the interest, then I'll do that. But now you're not touching my money. No. We'll give it to you for life. What does that mean? Does that mean that if I die in 5 years that my family won't get the rest of the money? Nope. I want the whole thing right now. That's the Detroit in me. I know what you talking about. Give you $1,000 a week. Just suck my. Give me my money right now. And I'm not leaving until I get a check either. Got me calling JG Wentworth. Hey JG, can I get my money now? You know what I'm saying? I put my fate in somebody else's hands. I want all my bread. You talking about? Joe Budden showed he had 150,000 Patreon. I thought, damn, that's popping. Shout out to Joe. That's pretty dope. That's impressive. He showed that he had 150,000 Patreon members. What's his tiers? Let me see what his tiers are. I might have to make some adjustments. Oh, he got a $5 tier. $5 tier only gets you into the Discord, the chat community Discord. Enjoy the Joe Budden podcast ad free. Oh, okay. So it gets you the whole thing. Oh, you get at least one Joe Budden bonus video per month. Let's look at this. Let's look at it. Let's deep dive into it. Ad free video episodes. Oh, you get the video episodes. At least 2 Joe Budden podcast bonus videos per month for the 10 ball. 1 personal vlog per month. Merch discount, live for free, plus everything in the homies tier. So you get some extra bonus videos. Let me see something. Bonus videos, RSS audio feed. Live events, Discord access. Invitation to submit topics for $50 a month. Possible on-air callback from Joe Budden podcast. Your name and the credits if the idea is chosen. Interesting. Very, very interesting. If he got 150,000 of them, I got to get my numbers up. I got to get my numbers up. Because I'm only at 20,000. You know what I'm saying? So we'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out. Shout out to Joe Budden, killing it in the game. Killing it. Did you say 150 or 120,000? 150? Let me see. The BBP. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Double chin, purple hair, double stomach. Oh, Miss Java the husband, Mrs. Joe 2323. Mr. Lott says men have to produce in all areas, no safe zones. That's a fact. It's a fact. Or we just get held accountable as a result of it. Terrible People Podcast says we not loving big backs. It comes from the book of AD, Boxelitis Chronicles. We don't play other people's save games, nor do we want women who only fit in SUVs or pickup trucks. 2026 is about improvement. I like that. Screenshot that. We're going to put that as a creed. More Than Mellow says, I live in Cali and haven't been to LA in 4 years. AR is back, says they not sick. They need those DoorDash credits, though. AJY says she didn't have to take no tip. The delivery. Lex says, yay, let's go. Phil Knight says, did you see the lady that ran up on her Instacart shopper in Publix? Courtney Egger says, what's good, AD? How you feeling? Any word on that coaching call family? What days would I do coaching calls on? Sundays? If I did coaching calls, I would have to designate a day to just do coaching calls. I'll figure it out. Maybe Sundays. Sundays only. Wednesday nights. What days would I do coaching calls? Sunday or Wednesdays? All right, cool. All right, make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. It'll be Sunday or Wednesday. Sunday, you busy though? It's up to you. All right, we'll figure it out. Let's see what else is happening out in these streets. The U.S. sees the oil tanker. Let's talk about the Redfin housing reset. They keep on talking about a housing reset. Y'all heard about that? I want to talk about Memphis too. I want to go back over to Memphis, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Redfin predicts a housing reset in 2026. Have y'all heard about this?
What this means for you, let's bring in chief economist at Redfin, Daryl Fairweather, also who wrote this article. Daryl, great to see you. As you know, right now, so many Americans say they are feeling the pinch when it comes to the economy. That also means when it comes to home ownership. What is bringing about this great American reset?
The housing market has been in a really tough spot since 2022. But what we're seeing now is that mortgage rates are coming down, and that means that buyers' budgets can go farther because our monthly mortgage payments will be lower. And if you were looking for a home in spring 2025 and looking again in spring 2026, you'll definitely feel that the housing market has improved. There are more homes for sale, that prices have only gone up a touch, and your incomes have probably gone up faster than home prices. So that's all good news, although it's going to be an incremental improvement. It's the beginning of a change that we think will continue for the next several years.
All right, so what are you looking at as far as timeline, when this starts next year? And then, it's always hot and cold. Where do you believe the housing market will likely heat up? And then where do you think it could potentially cool down?
The markets that are going to heat up the most are markets that have historically been overlooked, like the Great Lakes region or upstate New York. That's where home prices are still low enough that you can find great deals, but there really aren't that many homes for sale there because there wasn't a building boom during the pandemic the way.
Said the Great Lakes region and upstate New York. So that's basically the Midwest, which is what I've been telling you guys. And then I don't know anything about upstate New York, but let's continue.
That there was in the South. In the South, there were lots of homes built in Texas and Florida, really all across the Sun Belt. And now there's more supply than there are buyers interested. So in the Sun Belt, that's where buyers will find the best deals. And that's where
it said there's more supply than buyers interested. But if you let these legislators and the politicians tell you, we have a housing supply issue. One of the things that Kamala Harris ran on was that she was going to build 3 million new houses, which I don't know how that was ever going to happen. But she was saying that she was going to build 3 million new houses. Now they're sitting there telling you that it's more supply than ever before in the South, that the real opportunities is going to be in the Midwest. And so they're saying all of the same things that I've been saying all of these years.
Prices are falling the most and will continue to fall in 2026.
All right, so the median age for a first-time home buyer right now is 40 years old. That's an all-time high.
The median age for a first-time home buyer is 40 years old. Is that true? That can't be right. The median age for a first-time home buyer is 40 years old. Is that accurate? That can't be accurate. That can't be true. 40? Y'all saying that it is true? Yes, it is. It's ridiculous. Yes, it is. Wild. Can't be right. I believe it. True story. Yeah. Yep. Oh, interesting.
Redfin, has predicted that household makeup is going to shift with more Gen Z and millennials living with their parents for longer, because of what costs are dictating. What obstacles do you see when it comes to housing affordability for first-time home buyers, for these younger families?
Yes, baby boomers have been the biggest winners of the housing market over the last 10 years. But moving forward, those baby boomers are going to be retiring, they're going to be downsizing, and younger generations are going to find more opportunities. And when younger generations team up with older generations, like have multi-generational living, grandparents living with parents, living with kids, they're going to find a lot of success. We're seeing more intergenerational living housing units being developed, like additional dwelling units, duplexes, triplexes. So we think that's going to be an ongoing trend of Gen Z kind of figuring out how they can get into the housing market. And when they have some help or support from their parents, they're going to find even more success.
All right. I know, Daryl, that there are people watching this who are just saying, a house right now is just not in the cards. So for people who can't afford to buy a home and will still be renting, kind of what's the outlook there?
In 2025, rents were pretty flat, which was...
Rents are going up a lot, depending on where you are. Rents are going up a lot. And the reason that rents are going to go up a lot is because property taxes, or at least in major cities, property taxes are exploding because, and this is the part that they don't want to have a conversation about. And a lot of people say, man, I don't care for politics. Well, politics affect exactly what's happening in the financial industry and the financial markets. Shit, you can't even determine what the interest rates are going to be until the Fed determine it, whether or not they want to cut it, interest rates by 25 or 50 basis points or 75 basis points. So politics are definitely going to impact what you do. And because you have so many different municipalities that are basically going bankrupt, and they are raising the property taxes, that cost has to get passed on to the renter because the person usually has a mortgage and then they have an escrow account and then they got insurance. And so in order for them to even be able to justify to rent it out to you, they got to raise the prices so at least they break even. And that's not even including the maintenance. The maintenance is going to come out of pocket.
A big relief for renters. If they couldn't find a home to buy, they could at least find a home to rent that wasn't going to be excessively expensive. But in 2026, because so many people did choose to rent and are continuing to rent, we think that prices are going to heat up in the rental market.
Yep, rent is going up everywhere. So when you think about the housing supply, right? The housing supply is not going to affect buyers. Buyers are largely going to be dealing with whatever it was that they was dealing with in 2025 and 2024, so on and so forth. There is no shortage of houses. There's a shortage of the houses that people want because a lot of these houses may not even be updated, or they may be in communities that they don't want to live in. There's definitely enough houses that is available. The problem is affordability when it comes to rent. And the pressing of landlords is the real issue. When you talk about supply and demand and so on and so forth, it is hard to justify the costs when it comes to rising property taxes. And I think that property taxes are a scam. If cities and municipalities didn't borrow their way to death, then we wouldn't need so much in property taxes. And this is one of the reasons why you need smaller government. Small, efficient government will minimize the cost to the actual people that are paying the majority of the property taxes. All you need is infrastructure, school, a little bit of regulation to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to do, and public safety. You minimize all the rest of the costs. Obviously, you need some smaller other things, sanitation, so on and so forth. But you minimize the rest of your costs, you straight, you good. But this is the life that we live in.
Increase about 2 to 3%, which unfortunately means that those renters are going to have less money left over to spend on other necessities. People who have been on the brink of thinking about buying a home are going to be more motivated to buy a home when they get those lease renewals that show that their rents are increasing.
All right, so we know that the Trump administration right now is really focusing in on affordability, as are Democrats. But are there other things you think that the Trump administration could be doing to kind of get the housing market moving at an even faster pace?
We're seeing more bills proposed in Congress, like the Road to Housing bill. That is a bipartisan effort. What the administration could do on its own is to use the authority of HUD to really pressure local governments to densify, to increase the supply of housing, especially where people most want to live.
You don't need to. I don't know how many times I have to break this down from a financial perspective. You don't need that. What you need is to lower the property taxes. You lower the property taxes, you increase the income, and the market will solve for itself. We are being taxed. It's taxes. We're being taxed to death. Property taxes, income taxes, federal taxes, state taxes, city taxes, property tax. Like it's just taxed to death. Sales taxes. Is we just being taxed to death. That's basically what's happening. And then they want to keep on running on raising more taxes. And then they tell you, oh man, we're going to only tax the rich. And then guess who pays for it? The poor and the middle class. Taxes. It's not a supply problem. It's not a supply issue. The cost to build a house is the cost to build a house. You cannot sell it for less than what it costs you to build it. It's just the facts. It don't matter what area you build it in. Guess what? The cost is going to be the same. Do you know why they don't build more houses in areas where it seems like, oh man, we got a whole lot of houses, a whole lot of this, a whole lot of land over here? Do you know why they don't build houses over there? The reason because I'll tell you why I don't build a house in the hood. The reason that I don't build a house in a less desirable area when it's a whole lot of land that's available for you to build a house is because you got to look at the comps. And if it costs you X to build a house, basement, excavation, plumbing, electrical, roofing, siding, flooring, bathrooms, fixtures, lumber, framing, driveway, grass, backyard, sprinklers, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you're going to do to the house. Stainless steel appliances, whatever. Guess what? The costs are the exact same, whether I build it out there or I build it over there. So if I can't meet the threshold of what it costs me to build a house, at the very least in that place, because the prices will be less than and depressed, then why the fuck would I build over there? I'm not incentivized to do so. If it costs me $300,000 to build the house over here, I'm just going to use a flat number. $300,000 to build the house over here, acquiring the land, building the house, all of this stuff. Let's just use 300 just for the sake of conversation. But all of the houses over there is only selling for 200. Why the fuck would I build a house over there? Because I can't lower my costs just because I'm over in this neighborhood. It doesn't make sense. There's land everywhere. Builders don't want to build in a place that they can't be profitable. And it's only a few of us in every city, a dot here, a dot there, that's actually independent builders. Independent builders are similar to people that's in the music industry that is an independent owner of their own music. You got the big music industry, which is similar to the Pulte Homes and the Lennar Homes and the big builders, and they just want to buy swaths of land and throw up garbage, in my opinion, and just throw a bunch of shit and just hope that it sticks to the wall. But then you have the independent people that put up their own money that don't necessarily need a bank, And then they start to look at the numbers a little bit differently because I'm not mass producing. I can't bully the contractors and tell them, hey, listen, since I'm building an entire neighborhood, then you got to do it at the cheapest price possible, almost to where I'm just keeping you busy, but you're not really that profitable. And instead, I say, well, listen, I'm going to pay you what you're worth, and then you won't do the best work over here. And so you're competing on a different level. You're competing on a much, much different level when it comes to this, manufacturing houses. The only thing that the federal government, that the local governments can do is to figure out how to lower taxes. That's the only fucking way for them to impact lower taxes and lower interest rates. That's it. They can't control private industry. It's lower taxes and lower interest rates. Figure out how municipalities can reduce their spending. They need to be audited, to be honest with you. They need to figure out how to have these large cities reduce their spending. And then that's how you're able to incentivize more building, lowering the cost, and making affordability. Outside of that, they can continue to pivot in front of you. They can tell you they're going to freeze the rent. They're going to tell you they're going to do all of that. It doesn't matter. They can't control private business. I don't care who the fuck you elect as the mayor of New York City. He can't do shit. All he going to do is hurt the market even more and push y'all out, raise prices, cause much more of a big budget deficit, and it's going to ruin everything that happens over there. You can't socialism your way into success. You can't socialize your way into wealth. Spoken like, and of course you're going to have people that, I don't even entertain that because you ain't never built shit. You don't know shit. You ain't never put your money up. I spend millions of dollars building houses every fucking single year. Anton, what about low taxes for the middle class? It should be a flat tax rate, in my opinion, for everybody. It should be a flat tax rate for everybody. It should just be one flat tax rate, and cities should be forced to manage the budget accordingly. It shouldn't be none of that stuff. You reduce the cost of doing business, everybody wins. Small businesses are incentivized to create more visibility. Large businesses want to create more jobs. The economy is booming. You have less government. You have more jobs, which means that the more money that's flowing, the less crime is going to happen because more people are getting money. Less incentive for people to actually be in the streets. Then you reduce, that's how you reduce problems when it comes to public safety. Less jails. Of course, you're going to still have some criminals, but you fix so many different problems when you control your spending, because the higher the cost, the more the poverty, the more unaffordable, the more people are going to do crime. And then you just have this doom loop of people that's just suffering. When people have money, everything is good. When people get to the money, everything is good. We don't need more social programs. We need to reduce the barriers for people to be able to start their own businesses, run up a bag, and get to the money. We need to reduce the barriers across all boards. You don't need to tax people so that the government can control what to do with the money. We need to reduce the amount of taxes so people can do what they want with the money. And they're going to spend it anyway. They're going to have a good time. Some of these cities maybe need to just file for fucking bankruptcy, to be honest with you. Flat tax. Just a flat tax. That's what we need. Throw the tariffs up there. Get a flat tax. Force anybody that want to come into this country and do business to pay the share, and keep it moving. That's what people really want. They want the freedom to do what they want to do. They don't want you to control it as a government. You're tired of that shit. Shout out to so I want to say shout out to let me acknowledge y'all really quickly. I didn't even know if this was really going to happen before the end of the year, but I just got to make sure that I acknowledge the people. What a fucking banner year, boy. What a banner year. What a banner year. Let me take a screenshot of this shit. What a banner year that we have had here on the Anton Daniels channel. Let me say this. I want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are the most awesome people that I've ever rocked with in my entire life. Shout out to Mika and Quentin. When I redid What You Know Is Room 9 Today was just a month and a half ago after hours. And before that, less than a year and a half ago, we actually changed it from Fight Club. There was 14,000 subscribers when I switched it over from Fight Club. There was 14,000 subscribers on that channel when I switched it over from Fight Club. And we ran it up to 100,000 before the end of this year. Quentin, Mika, Slimmy, Carrie, Island Girl Q, and then we added Molly, we added Lex, we added Miss Sanchez, we added Kim. I want to say shout out to everybody that worked hard, helped, contributed, every one of y'all that subscribed. Of all of the channels, I'm not going to say that this is the most meaningful one because the Anton Daniels channel one was the most meaningful one. But I would say this is probably right up there. It's right there. It's like one beat. To do it 3 fucking times? I got some I got the plaques over there. I got the Anton Daniels 100,000. Let me show y'all all of the plaques over there. These two right here, the Anton Daniels one, this one, and this one, the Millionaire Morning Show and the Anton Daniels were the ones that these both crossed on the exact same day, right? And then this year, we also got the gold one. We got that joint right there for the million. That hit different. This one right here that you see on the screen, this one is really, 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 really meaningful. It's really, really meaningful because it's the network channel. Room 9 is the new network going into 2026. Room 9 is the channel that you're going to see all of the different shows that we are putting together. And this is the thing that we're going to leapfrog off of. You're going to see movies. You're going to see movie reviews, sports reviews, music reviews, late night conversations. I want to build Room 9 up to be the core of what I do as far as continuing to bring visibility to the things that we think is meaningful. Give our opinion on it. That's the vision that I have. And to start it off with the core group of people that I have that is supporting us, including you guys, I think that there are several different people that deserve a plaque. I wanted to get this one because I felt like all of my people deserve to get one of these. So I needed to get a plaque for my people. And I know it may not be meaningful to everybody else, but to be able to say, yo, we got a plaque for Mika, and we got a plaque for Slimmy, we got a plaque for all of the people on the platform, is meaningful to me. It's very, very, very meaningful to me. Very meaningful to me. All right. So this meant something. This is different for me. Room 9 is different for me, and I'm very thankful for you guys for showing up and showing out. I got big plans. One of the big plans that I will tell you about is I am moving all of the vlog content, and I'm going to be a lot more transparent. I'm going to be a lot more transparent. So I'm going to show y'all some stuff behind the scenes that y'all never thought that y'all would ever see. I'm going to give you a real life, what real life is like, and I'm going to show you the work ethic. I'm going to show you the struggles. I'm going to show you the successes. I'm going to show you everything else behind the scenes. So all vlog content will now be moving over to Patreon. The only thing that we're going to have on the Darth Anton channel is shorts. And I want to do more for the people that, you know, is exclusively rocking with me. The 20,000 people that have been rocking with me, all of that stuff is moving over to the Patreon. All right. So we're moving off the Darth Anton channel. We're moving all of that stuff off of there, and we're moving all of that on the Patreon. The only thing that's going to exist, and that transition will happen over a period of time. Before the new year, we're moving everything off of there, and we're moving everything over to Patreon. So all of my behind the scenes recorded content, all of my vlog content, it's only going to exist on Patreon. All right. All of the interviews, I'm doing special interviews just for Patreon members. I got a special one that I'm recording next week. So, and then I got a really, really big one that I'm working on. I mean, it's a very, very significant person. And we just trying to figure out the terms. We're trying to figure out if that works. And so, yeah, we moving. We moving. Everything else is going to stay the same. Still going to be live streaming on YouTube for the Millionaire Morning Show. Everything else is going to stay the same for now, but I got some other bigger things that I'm going to work on. So that's why I've been kind of holding off on dropping the finished vlogs and stuff like that, because I've been trying to figure out what time I wanted to move that over to. So every day you're going to see all of the old stuff, the old vlogs move over into Patreon, and then we just going to go from there. Somebody said, how'd you come up with the Room 9 name? Because, man, listen. Because we crazy and we stupid and we don't know no better. So we just do the things that we think make sense to us, and we live in our own little world. How about that? That's the best way to explain it. We the anti-cool kids. That's why. Only thing that matters is if we happy. We living in our own little world. All right. Because you can't get in trouble if you're in Room 9. You can just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way to put it. That's the best. But anyway, so shout out to y'all. Hopefully in the new year, by the new year, I will be able to get those plaques over to my friends. And I don't know if it's as meaningful to them as it is to me, but it is meaningful to me. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. It is. It's meaningful. I can't believe that I've accomplished this year. Shit. I'm collecting infinity stones. I'm collecting infinity stones. More importantly, it's about collecting the money. All right. It's about collecting the money. All right, y'all. So listen, I got to get to it. I hope my friends is ready to get their plaques in about a month. And then we're going to go on from there. Let me read some of these super chats. Castro says, yo, Anton, what's the plan for the Darth channel in 2026? You should keep doing vlogs when traveling the world. I enjoy them a lot. That's going to become a shorts channel. It's only going to be shorts on there. All of the actual content is moving over to Patreon. So Magnetar says, if you want to keep your state income tax and don't worry about your governor, Pritzker, all in your videos, taxing you, come to Nevada. Slimmy in the building says, thank you, AD, for bringing me into an amazing opportunity just to share my thoughts and views about this world. I truly appreciate you. This is so amazing to be a part of. Shout out to everybody. Room Nav for life. RNFL. Hashtag thank God. You know, I met Slimmy online. And me and Slimmy actually been rocking out for years. And let me tell you what I told Slimmy. I said, Slim, you know I'm about to get. I said, I'm gonna run it up, bro. I told Slimmy that I was gonna run it up. I said, bro, I am going to run this shit up so high. I'm gonna be so rich. I'm gonna be so this off of content alone. I guarantee you. And I said, bro, we gonna do this shit together. I said, I told Slimmy that we was going to do this shit together. I'm a man of my word. Before I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know exactly how it was going to play out. But I told Slimmy way back then what was going to happen, how I was going to play it, and what it was going to turn into. And I told him I was going to bring him with me. I said we was going to do this shit together. We was going to get this money together. We was going to create content together and all of that. I didn't know exactly what it looked like, but I just knew that I knew what I was going to do, and I told him I was coming to get him. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of the people. The people. Fuck what they talking about. I don't need no goddamn streamer awards. I'm a people's champ. Crimson says, congratulations to Lord Anton and the team. Shout out to you, Crimson. Thank you. Slim is cool. And Mika says, I love you, AD. Shout out to Q. We started at the bottom. Now we hear Mika up next. A lot of y'all don't even know that. Mika up next. Mika up next. Mika's up next. Watch what I do with Mika. Watch what I do with Mika. She'll be my greatest accomplishment yet. She'll be my greatest accomplishment yet. More to come. 2026 is going to be incredible. Let's get this money. Let's not fumble no bags. And let's not, I know about it. We're going to talk about it tonight, big O. And let's run it up. Y'all ready? Let's get it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to call it y'all tonight. Peace. Celebration tonight, y'all.